Hello, and welcome to another Crack a Pack. Today, I've got another play booster from Duskmourn for us to open up together and make a pack one, pick one. For today, I'll be going through the cards a bit more quickly than we have been lately. But at the end, I'll still be opening up a promo pack. This time, another Japanese promo pack from Ikoria. So make sure you stick around, and let's get started. Starting out with Impossible Inferno. Terramorphic Expanse. Hardened Escort. Ripchain Razorkin. Horrid Vigor. Don't make a sound. Fanatic of the Harrowing. Arabella, Abandoned Doll. Vile Mutilator. Fear of being hunted. Irreverent Gremlin. The rare is Balustrade Worm. 3 green for a 5/5. Creature. Worm. Rare. This spell can't be countered. It has Trample, Haste, and Delirium. For 2 green, return Balustrade Worm from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Activate only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, and only as a sorcery. A Raucous Carnival. and a foil entity tracker. 2 and a blue for a 2/3. Creature, Human Scout, rare, with flash and eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, draw a card. And an insect token. So here is our pack. And the cards that were standing out the most to me here are the 2 rares, as well as Arabella. I've found that this card goes extremely hard, especially if you lean into the Boros theme. If you're able to get this down early and start attacking, even if it's not around for very long, the gap in life totals that it starts creating can be really difficult to recover from. So I really like this card, and I would be pretty wary of passing it. And we've even got a couple other cards that feed into this, which is a little scary. But I think I would probably be looking at either of these cards over Arabella. The Balustrade Worm I think is pretty reasonable as a 5/5 for 5 with Trample and Haste. And as long as you have Delirium, you can get it back from the graveyard one more time. I think the Trample makes this especially difficult to deal with. And folks are probably not really expecting Haste out of a green deck. So coming down on that first turn that you cast it and being able to attack right away is pretty huge. So I do like this card quite a bit. But I think Entity Tracker might end up being my pick overall here. I think the card advantage is quite strong as long as you build around this. This would go great in a room deck, or pairs really well with any blue or white enchantment that can remove or lock down a creature. And maybe a little bit of recency bias here. If you saw last week's Crack-a-Pack, we had a chance to take an Entity Tracker but ended up going with another card despite the decision being very close. But yeah, I think Entity Tracker is going to be my pack one, pick one. But I am of course curious to know what you would be taking. Are we aligned on Entity Tracker? Or is there something else in the pack that you might take instead? Let's talk about it down in the comments. But for now, I will go ahead and make my pick, shuffle up the remaining cards, and lay them out. I suppose as another quick follow-up to last week's video, I had mentioned that we got the Lurking Evil variant of Entity Tracker. So in case you weren't sure what that was, we can now look at these both side by side. We can see the artwork is basically identical here, aside from something lurking in the doorway. So that's kind of fun. And before we close out, let's take a look at what we got in our Ikoria pack. I opened one of these a few weeks ago, and I'll link to that in the cards on this video in case you want to check that out. But I will be curious to know if this one has the same issue as that one. So let's see. Yep. So I think this one was Mysterious Egg. I think we learned last time that this one is Batra. Wow. Someone call Benjamin Wheeler because we've got eggs for days. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today so that we could all experience this together. It would be a shame if I had to keep this to myself, so thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this video, or tried to, I would absolutely love it if you would give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll be back with new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. Your support truly means the world to me. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.